All right, let's dive into the official roadmap for the District of Barriere. This isn't just some document sitting on a shelf. It's the blueprint that's going to shape this community for the next 20 years. It's called the Official Community Plan, and it's got a lot to say about the future. So, what's in store? Let's get into it.
So I want you to think about this for a second. What will Barrere actually look like 2 decades from now? Are we going to see more homes? A livelier downtown? This is the big question, and the plan we're about to explore is the community's best shot at an answer.
So, at the very heart of this is the Official Community Plan, or the OCP for short. You can think of it as a shared agreement, a vision for the future that everyone had a hand in creating. It's the game plan that helps guide all the big decisions, from where a new apartment building might go to how we protect our parks.
But you can't really plan for where you're going unless you understand where you've been. So before we look forward, we've got to take a quick look back at the story that's made Barriere what it is today. Barriere's history is deep. The Simpcwa First Nation have been here since time immemorial, stewarding this land. Then things started to change. You have European settlement in the late 1800s. Then boom, 1914, the railway comes through, and that's a huge economic jolt. Then in 1970, Highway 5 is finished, opening up the valley like never before. And the final big piece of the modern puzzle clicks into place in 2007 when Barriere officially became its own municipality. That's when it really got to steer its own ship. Okay, so that history lesson brings us right up to the present day. And to plan for tomorrow, you have to have a crystal clear picture of today. This plan isn't based on guesswork, it's built on hard data about who we are right now. Let's start with the basics. As of 2021, the population was sitting at 1,765 people. And what's cool is that after a little bit of a dip, the community is growing again. This number is our starting line. It tells us how many services and especially how many homes we're going to need down the road. Now this is where it gets really interesting. The median age in Barriere is 58. Compare that to the rest of BC, which is 43. That is a big gap, and it tells planners something absolutely crucial. We need to be thinking about housing and services for an older population, for people who want to age in place right here in their community. And this chart, wow, it perfectly shows one of the biggest challenges. A whopping 80% of homes in Barriere are single detached houses. Now, that's great for some families, for sure, but when you have so little variety, hardly any apartments or smaller options, it makes it incredibly tough for young people just starting out or for seniors looking to downsize. So yeah, the housing pressure is real. The plan estimates we need almost 450 new homes in the next 20 years. Right now, a quarter of all renters are spending more than 30% of their income just to keep a roof over their heads. And get this, there is only one non-market housing unit in the entire district. Just one. The need for smaller, more affordable options isn't just a wish, it's critical. Okay, so with all that data and those challenges in mind, the plan lays out this really inspiring vision for the future. This is where we shift from looking at problems to dreaming about possibilities. This is what Barriere could be. And here it is. This is the official vision. It's about being thriving, inclusive, and connected. It paints a picture of a welcoming place with lots of different housing options and a great quality of life, all while holding on to that small town character everyone loves. This right here, this is the North Star for everything else in the plan. So to make that big vision happen, the plan breaks it down into these core goals. They cover everything from boosting the economy and protecting the environment to, you guessed it, providing more diverse and affordable housing. But here's the tricky part. It's a balancing act. How do you welcome new growth and new people while making sure you don't lose that special small town feel? That's the tightrope this whole plan has to walk. Okay, so a vision is great, but a vision is just a dream without a plan to get there. So how does this all actually work? The OCP isn't just a book of nice ideas. It's a real toolkit for building the community's future. It works kind of like a pyramid. At the very top, you have the OCP. That's the big picture vision. Then underneath that, you have the zoning bylaw, which gets into the nitty-gritty rules of what you can build where. And then for certain special spots, like downtown or near a creek, you have development permit areas, which add extra guidelines to make sure new projects really fit in. All right, I know development permit area sounds super technical, but the idea is actually pretty simple. Think of it this way. A DPA is all about the look and feel of a building. It guides things like design, landscaping, and protecting the environment. What it can't do is change the basic rules. So it can't magically turn a commercial lot into a residential one. It just makes sure that whatever gets built there looks good and works for the community. When you connect all the dots, the data, the vision, the rules, it all comes back to one simple, powerful theme. The end goal here is to build a balanced housing system, a community where absolutely everyone, young families, workers, seniors, can find a good, safe, and affordable place to call home. So there you have it. That's the roadmap for Barriere for the next 20 years. It's a plan that honors the past, faces the reality of today, and shoots for an ambitious, inclusive future. And it leaves us with one final, very personal question. What role will you play in building it?